It was a dramatic year in BC politics, with a nail-biter of a provincial election reshaping BC's political landscape. Our Rob Shaw looks back at what was in 2024 and what could be coming in 2025.
It was a roller coaster year in BC politics, the rise of some, the fall of others, and in the end, when the election finally settled, victory, barely. A 22-vote, one-seat majority for David Eby's NDP, convincing the Premier to slow down and reset heading into the new year.
I talked following the election about learning more in the 72-hour period there around the election than in the previous 2 years about what the responsibility is as Premier. And so it is about bringing people along.
The people, though, almost went to John Rustad, who catapulted his Conservative Party from obscurity to 44 seats, just 3 shy of the NDP in an election that required several recounts.
I mean, a month and a half before the election, we did not have the resources we needed to run a full campaign. We did not have the staffing that we needed, so we literally built this thing on the fly. It's been remarkable how this all came together to get us to this point. And quite frankly, we're still growing.
The collapse of BC United a shock in August, so too the defeat of Sonia Furstenau in October, even as her BC Greens won 2 other ridings. A chastened NDP Premier saying he's heard loud and clear to focus on improvements for healthcare, cost of living, housing, and public safety.
I want to be in the position 4 years from now in the next election that it is very clear that those were the things that you sent us to work on. That was what we worked on, and here is where we are.
An income tax cut and $1,000 rebate check set to land in the new year, plus a new involuntary care regime for those with severe addictions.
It is a relatively small number of people causing an outsized amount of chaos, and that will make a visible difference in community.
And David Eby is tinkering at the edges of these things, and I would say he's fiddling while Rome is burning in many aspects, because he doesn't understand the core problems that he has created, and he won't admit it.
Eby also promising to be more collaborative to win back voter trust after losing 10 ridings in much of the Fraser Valley, Surrey, and the North Island. His opponents, though, not convinced anything's actually changed.
Well, that's the speech he gave on election night, and I think, quite frankly, is all BS.
Though bitter rivals may be forced to work together in 2025, much like Canada's premiers, against the threat of crippling tariffs from U.S. President Donald Trump.
And so this is both a chance to grow our economy, to diversify our trade, and also to underline the importance of what we do to President-elect Trump and Americans.
The year ending with the Greens and NDP signing a deal to cooperate on new community health centers, mental health coverage, and select priorities, perhaps giving Eby the runway to govern, for a while anyway, but the political heat remains high.
Well, who knows how long this will last in terms of a government? I mean, I think, quite frankly, the NDP are going to do everything they can to stay in power and to hold on to power, and we're going to do what we can to bring them down as quickly as we can if they're going to carry forward with these destructive policies.